very first concert in Golden Gate Park. My parents took me to see Willie Nelson. When I was 7 months old, I took my first big trip to Maui to visit my grandparents for Christmas. I have photographs of me being bathed in my grandparents' kitchen sink during this trip. For my first birthday, my entire family came to San Francisco to celebrate. 2 days before my birthday, I started walking in front of my whole family. I started walking. I learned how to take off my shoes by myself. Even at 1, I had to line up my shoes perfectly. I am just a guy who likes order. I didn't know it then, but my life was about to change. Just after my first birthday, we sold our house in the city and moved to Sacramento area. During this time, my dad continued to work in the city. Every Monday morning, he would take the train to work and come home on the weekends. While our house in El Dorado Hills was being built, we stayed with my cousins at their house for 6 months. During this time, I took my first motorcycle ride and played in the snow. My older cousins taught me how to ride a scooter. Our house was finally finished when I was 2 years old. When I moved to my new court, I met my lifelong friends. There are 10 of us in the group, and we are always playing together. Our first summer in our new house, the temperature reached 115 degrees and stayed that way for 2 weeks. It was then that my parents decided to put in a pool. I started swimming, and during the summer, we would spend long days in the backyard swimming and barbecuing. Right after my 3rd birthday, I started going to AMA during summer session. It takes me 1 hour of driving time to get to school. For the last 4 years, my mom and I have driven together 2 hours a day, each day. So we started playing word spelling games. These games helped me learn new words and how to spell them. When fall came around, I met Max. We were put in red class together because we shared the same birthday. And we instantly became best friends. After 4 years, we are no longer allowed to sit together. I didn't get my first haircut until I was 3 years old. I went to a place by my house called Barber John's, which is world famous for first-time haircuts. Maybe I like to wear my hair long because I didn't have any haircuts my first 3 years of life. When I was 4 years old, my parents decided I should play team sports, so they signed me up for soccer. My first year, my team, the Rowdy Rhinos, was undefeated. The second year I played, I scored my first goal. After that, I hung up my jersey and retired from soccer. My Nana and Papa live in Maui, so I go over about once a year to see them. Because of this, I've been on many planes. Once when I was 4, I took a puddle jumper from Sacramento to San Francisco. A puddle jumper? As I walked on the runway to board the plane with the other 12 passengers, I looked up at the tiny plane and shouted, "Oh my gosh, we're all going to die." On my 5th birthday, we flew to Disneyland for my favorite ride was Thunder Mountain, especially at night. Pirates of the Caribbean and the Jungle Book terrified me, so I would bury my face in my mom's lap. I headed back